Okay, hello. Time for Zadie's Zecher bereishis. For this week, we're going to do a lizard known as a basilisk. And the basilisk, about 2 feet long, including his long tail. And he has a crest on his head that it goes down his back all the way down along his tail. And Hashem gave him various protective ways to keep him from getting eaten by his enemies. And these ways show Hashem's great wisdom and his power. First, he gave them good camouflage colors. I'm going to show you a picture soon. They blend in very well with their surroundings. And they hide themselves under leaves on the forest floor. And they stay motionless without moving for a long time there. In general, they live among shrubs and trees near water, many times over water. And if they get disturbed by some animal that wants to eat them, they drop right away into the water. And sometimes they have the ability to drop straight down to the bottom of the water and just stay there until the enemy goes away. They get tired of waiting for them. They've been known to stay underwater for as long as a half an hour at a time, under the water. But the most amazing thing that Hashem gave them is the ability to run on water. They're the only lizard that can do such a thing. They have the ability to pick up themselves and run almost erect, like a person. Hashem gave them a light body, and he gave them specially long fringed toes. And he gave them the ability to run very fast. In order to not sink in the water, they have to be able to run very fast. So they're running like 15 miles an hour on top of the water, and which is fast. And they have these special fringes. The toes are very long, and they have scales that fringe the outside of them. And when they're on water, when they're on land, they curve around the toes. But when they're on water, they uncurl. And what they do is they make their toes wider to be a bigger surface sitting on the water, and they collect air bubbles also to help keep them afloat so they don't sink into the water. Now this helps them so much because when an animal's chasing them, every animal is too heavy to do this. But they can't run on top of water, and they can't, let's say they have long legs, the animal, but they can't get in there fast enough to catch this basilisk. He's running very fast on the water, getting away from him. The young basilisks, being lighter, they can run as much as 30 to 65 feet on the water before they sink. And then they just swim after that. The older ones, which are much heavier, so they only go about 10 feet or so before they start swimming. And here's a picture of this amazing animal, and you'll see that he's actually running on the water. And here is another picture also showing him running on the water. They will also run over the ground or along branches of trees the same way, semi-erect, almost straight up. No other animal can do that. No other lizard, I should say, could do that. There are a few other lizards that start off running on all 4 legs, and eventually they can pick up themselves halfway and run. This is the only one that can start right away by picking itself up and running like that. Now one of the ways of seeing the oneness of Hashem is when he creates a bria in one part of the world, and then he creates a very similar bria on the totally opposite side of the world. So that is a proof that there's one Hashem that created the world and everything in it. So with this basilisk, there's another type of lizard. It's not a basilisk. It's called the East Indies water lizard. And Hashem designed him the same way. He gave him the ability to run on water also. And that's talking about 2 opposite ends of the world. The basilisks we've been talking about are all in South America. The picture I showed you is from Costa Rica. But over in the East Indies, way over places like India, Indonesia, so you have this other water lizard that can do the same exact thing. So this is, again, a proof that Hashem is the one Borer, and He created the exact same type of creature with a design all the way in the east part of the world, and the same thing all the way in the west in South America. And that is our Zecher lemaaseh bereishis for today.